to it is that based on your genetics, certain foods they're more compatible with you,
Okay.
right? So I follow this guy on Instagram that, I mean, he just throws out tons of knowledge, but he's taught that, say, Puerto Ricans shouldn't be having broccoli and carrots because they haven't been, our ancestors didn't eat them.
What did
So
our ancestors eat? Avocado,
yeah.
aguacate, plátano,
Plantains, oh, for sure. Mangoes, lemons, oranges.
coconut.
You already know coconut. Um, there was a debate about whether tomatoes is something that, Puerto Ricans or, people in the Caribbean area should be
Mm,
eating because even though they do grow there, they were brought over by the Spanish. But then others say, well, it's been hundreds of years since, my grandmother, my great grandmother, my
right.
great great grandmother ate tomatoes. And so
Right.
they're debating how long, like how many generations have to pass before that's something that now our bodies can naturally absorb.
Interesting. That is something else. What is it that you're doing? I've been seeing on your Facebook page this like thick, heavy gloss of a looking type of thing on people's faces with like beads or something. I'm like, what is that?
Yeah, so I discovered this hydro jelly mask that's sold
Okay.
by a company that only sells to professionals. It's called SD Max.
Okay.
And they gave me a hard time. Like I had to send in my license and other documents, but it is incredibly fun. Um, so the formula that they've created, it is made from rice and wheat flour, and
Mm.
it congeals so well. It comes in a powder. I mix it with water, and I have to mix it in the moment. And so I mix just enough for that person's skin. And they add essential oils into it. They add, for some of them, it's actual like the essential oils from the flower and then the flower petals. And so that's
Wow.
what you're seeing in the mask, like the pink or the orange. It's either like an orange peel or like actual rose petals. And so the smells are just divine.
Yeah.
But they're either for calming the skin, for brightening the skin, depending on the active ingredients inside them. But
Okay.
they go on soft, so you see it. It kind of like almost drips on the edges, and you're like,
Oh,
it looks
wow.
wet, but then it peels right off. So after a while,
It
it
dries.
dries and you could just peel it right off, and it's not exfoliating. It comes off super easy.
Going. What are some of the Latin traditions do you think that have been passed down maybe to you or to anybody that you know like for skincare? Anything?
Okay, so I was just telling somebody this story,
Okay.
and I was what was it, like 2 3 years ago, me and my best friend got into bone broth, Kat.
Yep.
So we're all about bone broth forever because
Love
we had just discovered the benefits of bone broth.
it. Yeah.
The collagen, and if vegans and vegetarians are going to hate me for this, but the collagens naturally present in the cartilage and the marrow of the bones, the minerals in the marrow, actually strengthen our joint. And the collagen, after it goes to our joints, then goes to our skin.
Yep.
And my great grandmother, who's still alive, she'll be 100 in May.
Wow. God
She
bless.
made bone broth
Okay.
all the time. Now, I didn't know this. She made her children drink the bone broth. She made her husband drink the bone broth. She drank the bone broth. And it was
Todo día.
like all the time. Anytime I guess she made a chicken, she'd use the bones for bone broth.
Okay.
And of course, back then, they didn't eat a lot of chicken because you had to use your own chicken. There wasn't a grocery store up in the mountains in
Right.
Puerto Rico.
No. No.
There was, and it was expensive to, they
Yep.
had a lot of children, so they'd eat mainly fruits and veggies, and then a couple times a week they'd have meat. Well, anytime she killed a chicken, they'd cook the meat, eat the meat, and then she used the bones for broth.